We continue our look on the security situation and how best the citizens can contribute and also get response when they put that distress call out. Joining us to look at the matters this morning is CSP Yomi Shogunle. He is the head of the police complaint response unit. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
A whole lot happening in first it was about knowing your neighbor, which we are told to the extent that a lot of Nigerians now pause to have a look when they see anyone in the neighborhood and in their locality. How much has that helped in helping the police solve crime and other situations around neighborhoods?
Unfortunately, based on our observation at the Nigerian police force, we've discovered that in most cases, citizens don't know much about people living around them. Citizens don't know much about their neighbors. And we have seen instances where even landlords don't even know who his or her tenant or tenants are. And one thing we're trying to do is to encourage citizens to ensure that they get to know who is staying next to them. It's important to know the person living in your, the next door neighbor to you. He's leaving home as early as 5:30 in the morning. Unfortunately, most people don't even know why that is happening. And when you ask some people, where is your neighbor working? What is your neighbor doing for a living? They don't even know. And this is not something that's really, really good.
You know, well, almost everyone you can be said to be guilty about that. You come out of your house, you don't even know the next man, you just move in and you move out. But with constant sensitization, I think Nigerians are getting to understand the importance of all of that. But one key thing has to do with police. There's no time police affairs or police matters or security issues, especially as it bothers the Nigerian police, comes on live television or even on a radio program. You are not bombarded with a barrage of questions and comments from people. How well have you been able to handle comments, complaints from citizens to the extent that with the intention of building confidence in the police?
Policing activities is one of the most visible activities all over the world, not just in Nigeria. Policing activities is a daily activity that so many citizens get to see, even if they are not involved in it directly, they are involved indirectly. And that's why we see that there's a lot of discussion about policing activities, because it's a high activity that happened. And one way the Nigerian police force under the leadership of IGP Solomon Arase is trying to bridge the gap between police and the citizen. It's one of it is the establishment of this multi-platform community-based complaint reporting mechanism. That's the complaint response unit. You know, it takes a good person to give others the opportunity to make complaints about what they feel they are not satisfied about such an organization. And that's one thing the Nigerian police force is trying to bridge up. IGP Arase wants to ensure that the Nigerian police force are truly friends of Nigerians.
No, Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians out there, and indeed, not just Nigerians, residents of Nigeria will be looking to see how that happens, especially when the police doesn't respond when there are issues that they get to hear about. For instance, recently there was a Namrabi incident in Agege area of Lagos, and operating for several hours, 20 armed robbers are there operating, and the police never showed up until after the incident. How then would you expect the residents to have confidence in the police?
Unfortunately, most of the comments people refer to about the Nigerian police force is what I would call historical complaints. These are things that probably had happened in the past due to one circumstances
Okay,
or the order.
So what are the steps that the police put in place to ensure that this kind of complaints do not arise again? How quickly would the police respond if an incident happens?
As soon as a call is made to the police will be there in real time.
Anywhere in the country?
Yes.
When you say real time, how much is real time?
Real time, you know, we have to put into consideration the condition of the road network as well. And real time meeting the criminals at the scene is what I consider to be real time, even before further havoc, before further damage
is done.
It's done.
Okay. The other side of it will be, yes, the police authorities are working on the image of the police. What about the mindset of the policemen? Are they buying into this willingly? Or are the authorities likely to begin to want to force them to buy into this?
It's not issue about the authorities forcing officers to buy into the issue of reputation management. You know, when we talk about behaviors of people, even behavioral psychologists will tell you that there are certain factors responsible for the way certain person or workforce behave. And efforts are being made to ensure that those external factors that had hitherto been responsible for some of the conducts of some police officers are being addressed, because these are factors that will affect the conduct of a group of people. And in the past few months, in the past few years, we've discovered, or we've realized that there's a change, there's attitudinal change in conducts of police officers, and these also are based on training and retraining efforts of the police leadership, of the officers, and also putting in different incentives to motivate the workforce.
I'm just curious though, you talk about complaints response unit. What sort of complaints are you looking to get? What sort of complaints do you handle?
The newly established Complete Response Unit by IGP Solomon Arase is what I will describe more of being customer service. Customer service in the sense that getting to hear from your clients, from the people you are serving. Policing is a service to the community and to the citizens, and there is a need to hear from them. And basically, the type of complaints we're expecting from members of the public is the ones that has to do with unprofessional conduct of police officers. So those are basically the types of complaints we are expecting to receive. So for the unit, for the CRU to receive a complaint, the complaint must be against a police officer, either in his official capacity or in his private capacity, or against the police, certain police actions. Regular complaints against other citizens, members of the public, you take them through the police station. And we have, at the moment, we have about 7 different platforms through which citizens can lay their complaints.
That's the complaint response unit.
Yes.
Has 7 different platforms through which citizens can complain about police officers.
Yes.